Check the numbers. Check the stats. Check the pros and cons. Take a look at everything. 1 second. As we looked at everything here, at least for what the score is, what we consistently can see here is at least a case of they have fired a lot of people. Do the numbers make sense? No. Do what people are talking about, at least, is that making any sense to us here? Yeah. I heard something interesting earlier today, which said, all right, if people feel so damn stunned and so saddened, all right, about Ryan Clark's firing and how they carried it, and these other jokers, Carl Revenge, all right, and Tom Palliser, all right, these guys here who got fired, all right, Bart Scott, Cam Newton, all right, yeah, they made some cuts and layoffs because the deal is this right here. Are you listening? Huh? Pat McAfee has to get $60 million a year. Those are the requirements for everybody. All right. I believe Stephen A. is no, he's getting whatever he's getting, and I'm not sure what he's getting. I believe he's the highest paid person now on ESPN. But Pat McAfee has to get. No, it's mandatory that he gets $60 million a year, coming from 20. He was getting paid 20, family. The 20 was what his wages were before. All right. But the people that work with him said, damn, you know what? We're going to have to triple it up. We ain't got no choice. All right. No, we just got to triple it up. All right. We have absolutely no choice other than to do that. All right. Yes, indeed. I mean, Pat McAfee has to get $60 million. I mean, look. You understand? No, you can get fired right now for a no call, no show. Come on, you. All right. You'll get fired right now. All right. But Pat McAfee, all right, they had to go look in the books to go find $60 million to acquire. All right. Yeah. To get everything on board. And I told you, Matt, what's my man's name in here? I was about to say Matt Ryan. Ryan Clark only made $2 million a year. That's it. All right. So even while you're sitting here talking about cutting heads and you're trying to process your mind or wrapping around, damn, where do we get that extra 40 from? Well, all right. Yeah, y'all doing a whole lot of counting in short spaces now. Where that one cat served about 30 years with the network. All right. That what was his name in here? I think this might be the guy right here, Carl Fratch. All right, Fritch, whatever his name is, Fritch. All right, what's his name? Carl. I said Carl Fratch. Carl Ravich. All right, whatever his name is. All right, he was there for 30 years. That's long enough to call for retirement, nigga. All right, so even in them cases, they still trying to do him a little bit of a favor. All right, no, in most states he should be able to retire from ESPN. He got 30 years. All right. So even if you did want to lay him off, there's a certain department he can go at and possibly get paid properly. All right. Now, I don't think he went to go ahead and drop his papers off since they laying him off, but all right, there's some different things that he possibly can contest there. All right. And they know it. All right. They probably got all the paperwork and everything else ready for him because they don't let the dominant society leave filthy. All right. Now, like what's his name? Jeremy Kelly, whatever his name is, or Jim. What the hell is his name? God damn it. All right. Those two cats that Trump is responsible for getting fired off of nighttime television that ain't nobody looking at. All right. What's that? Jeremy Kelly or Jimmy Kelly, whatever his name is. All right. That bastard was running around here with blackface on, trying to imitate Charles Barkley and all this old racist shit. All right. That's why I say I don't care about Trump coming after you. It's not like you're necessarily a black people friend either. You don't like us either. All right, that's why we looking at people like, all right, you keep trying to tell me how racist this person. I'm looking at you, nigga. All right, I'm aware of that person's presence, but I'm also aware of you. All right, no, I'm aware of you first, since you sit so delayed, nigga. All right, don't forget, man, to look over right there. Look at him. All right, yeah, while the nigga's trying to slide $20 off the coffee table. All right, you better stare at him. He's no good. All right, no, dude, no, this is a different game. And I look at the cases of, you said, these businesses, the NFL, the NBA, they got Walt Disney here for the ESPN. All right, no, they can have you here for as long as they want, and then you're out. You know what the wackest deal I heard today, and I hope it's not true? Ryan Clark don't do a show, all right, yeah, with Jamel Hill and Oucho. That's a bad idea. All right, nobody wins. It's just a bad idea. All right, no Jamel Hill and Oucho. All right, I couldn't imagine something more horrible. All right, it's about 2 hours of this shit. No, he's better off doing his own thing and staying with the cat he with. If you want something in the morning, check and see if one of them niggas is up. Mm-hmm. Hey, don't get them niggas nothing, man. I don't listen to Jamel Hill's podcast or that other joke on their own. Don't be trying to get them niggas. All right, you're a decent commentator, so now they got something they can flop up off of real quick. No, nigga. Allow these dead, these dead intellectuals, all right? Allow them to go ahead and survive on their own, all right? A lot of them have already been subject and faced to the treatment that y'all are going through right now. The thing is, they show you on this part of the grass in the field that is for a good deal for them bootlicking niggas. They don't get hired back nowhere, dude. They just get stuck on the internet. All right. Yeah, a lot of them be want to get with these networks so they can make $200 million a year or whatever it is, $150 million a year. All right. Yeah, they want to get on. All right. Tiffany Cross and all of these lame niggas, Roland, No Neck Martin, all these niggas are trying to get on. That's where the money is. Well, they don't really necessarily got to work hard, but they're going to get paid a lump sum. All right. There it is. All right. You wonder what all the ass kissing is for and all this weird shit in the news. All right. For a lot of them, it's just to get a secure job like that, to get their little Don Lemon 17 years on real quick, nigga. All right. Before they wake up one day and tell you to get the hell out of here. All right. Yeah. Sandwich you in between two white women. All right. No, you going on from the night to the morning, nigga, getting sandwiched. All right. Next thing you know, this person in here that doesn't even have nothing to do with the male aesthetic here, Halls, is sitting here being questioned. All right. No, because he said when a woman reaches the age of 40 here, all right, she's out of her prime. All right. They labeled him misogynistic and fired him. All right. That's what they did to him. No, in real time, they just pretty much told you they was waiting for anything. All right. It didn't matter. All right. I don't care what you say, nigga. No, you still got a whole white man at home in a little white dog, nigga. All right, right. Doesn't matter. You're misogynistic. All right. Yeah, and we're uncomfortable and you have to leave. All right. 17 years down the shitter. That's all they got for you. All right. Shit. Ryan Clark put a decade in, dude. These streets don't love you. If you coming from these networks, you can hear Stephen A. selling out, talking about, this person's my boy, and that one is my boy. And, I wish I could have stopped it, and I could have. Man, you could have always cut your pay so he could stay. All right. Took $2 million off your contract and put that to the side for Ryan. The thing is, these ain't real niggas. No, they not. He's just talking. And I'm not saying that he's supposed to sacrifice every dime for the corporation. No. All right. Words really mean something when you got actions behind it. Shout out to Brother Shabazz in here. Much love, much respect to the OG there in the cash app. Appreciate you. All right. Words mean a whole goddamn lot here, Halls. All right. When shit is produced behind it that you can see. All right. For example, all right, ESPN told you flat out to your damn face and told everybody, that Pat McAfee gets $60 million a year, nigga. 60 million. All right. I got to start shorting heads around. I got to cut heads. All right. Look, man, I've got to start skimming rations, nigga. All right. We're going to have to start skimming. All right. Might have to get rid of a few niggas. Got to move some furniture around. All right. But guess what's going to happen at the end? Huh? Nope. You guessed it. Pat McAfee is going to get $60 million a year. All right. That's the ending recipe. No, it's not about what you want or what's right or wrong, nigga. All right. It's the cycle of the dominant society, dude. You can point to any one of these guys, young in their career, and what have you, getting a big ass bag, nigga, for nothing. All right. Nothing but just for having a complexion, nigga. That's it. Mm-hmm. Big dumbass bag. All right. No, for standing around looking goofy. All right. Having a good take every now and then. All right. Being able to get LeBron in there. I'm not saying Pat McAfee ain't good. He's straight. All right. I mean, damn, Halls. All right. Part of the circumstances of that network being able to work is because of its many personalities and what different people enjoy with ESPN. You guys start cutting this shit down to Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee, and you're going to see what you're going to get, nigga. All right? No, you think you can work Stephen A. Smith's hairline around the clock, nigga. I understand he's getting paid the most. All right? But they're constantly working the kneecaps off this nigga. All right? Everywhere. Plus, he got his podcast, his radio show. All right? And you got to be working all damn day. All right? Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. All day until late in the night, nigga. All right? Shit, he's making him earn that money. He didn't just get 60, whatever it is, 20 million or 20 something million a year. That's not how it went. All right? He's responsible for all whatever ESPN duties. Meaning if they want him there, he's got to be there. Mm-hmm. Front and center. All right? Representation of the ESPN. Yeah. And we've seen you today, buddy. I've seen you. All right? He had a pair of tap shoes on. He was playing it. All right? I wasn't sure if I really wanted to hear it. All right? And I told you they didn't have enough money for Mr. Newton. All right, where's the Newton money at? Huh? The Cam Newton Fund, nigga. All right, where that bread at? Huh? He said look, man, they got him out of the mix, man. That shit ain't even had nothing to do with him, dude. That goddamn hat he got on. All right, he got his own style. You understand? All right, but this shit ain't had nothing to do with him, also, but I guess it did. All right, him, as I said, Bart Scott, everybody got the business, man. You're out of here. I'll read the caption there for you. All right, it says breaking: ESPN is firing Cam Newton, continuing its layoffs. All right, bruh, whatever this is here. All right, I don't know who this guy is. All right, do not know. All right, there's some real pale dude on here with his hand behind his neck. All right, I'm not sure. Yeah, but Bart parted ways. Hold on, ESPN parted ways with former NFL linebacker Bart Scott as part of their layoffs per Sports. All right, Sports, whatever this is here. All right, Sports Reporter, Sports, shit. Whoever this media company is, goddamn it. All right, just another one here. But it wasn't a false source here. All right, And yeah, you're supposed to cite your source. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In case somebody need a recall. You ever heard the term, hey man? Where you hear that shit from? All right. Yeah, that's what a good recall is for. I'm pretty sure you heard that before. Man, who told you that shit? All right, because nigga could be lying his ass off. All right. No, he could be telling all types of lies, but you need to know who said that. All right. Right. Hell yeah. So you can get over there. Speaking of, here we go. All right. Oh, and look, man. The dominant society is low down and trifling. All right. So they don't never miss a moment to go after a Negro. All right. And take the situation on what it was not supposed to be about and point it right to there, because this is where their true racism lies at for Ryan Clark. I'm going to say that before you hear anything. All right. And sometimes they just waiting on their moment. Hold on here.
Why do you think Clark was or is going to be among those laid off?
He became a headache for the network, Dan. I mean, pure and simple. I mean, the first thing was last time Clark was in contract negotiations in 2024, he aired the dirty laundry. He talked about how ESPN wasn't valuing him enough. ESPN doesn't take kindly to that. I think they were afraid in 2024 to let him go because the climate was a little bit different. But I thought that Ryan Clark, when he signed that deal in 2024, especially after he ripped ESPN publicly, that would be his last contract either way. Turns out that was true. But I also think the Kyron Lacey stuff, Dan, I mean, look, Clark can, get up there and spout all his left-wing talking points and talk about racism and all that, and ESPN eats that stuff up. But once you start slandering an entire police department in a state, you got a problem. And
filthy, disgusting white man. It's not slander if it's true. You know the difference, right? All right. No, it's not defined as slander. All right. No, it's what somebody's coming across here and saying about you is absolutely true. All right. He's acting like you just got cold defamation. All right. From the circumstances of Ryan Clark, and you don't. All right. Just because what he's saying makes you feel uncomfortable, Halls, doesn't mean that it's slander. All right. Hold on here. Fair use.
He just started creating more headaches than he was worth. And with the Super Bowl coming up this year, I think the timing is significant. I think it matters that they pulled him off the air before letting him play out this football season, because it's my understanding that that's what he had left on his contract was this football season, and he would have been part of the Super Bowl coverage. I think they didn't want him on a Super Bowl coverage, especially given that he's a loose cannon and could have said anything between now and then that might have drawn focus away from, what amounts to ESPN's biggest broadcast of all time. So I think that's why, Dan.
Subscribe to Don't.
Yeah, a whole bunch of I'm white and I say so. Shit that didn't even matter. No, they were number one twice. All right, back to back, sir. All right, things that you guys are not over there. Why you doing all that hating? All right, no, he was able to get there twice. Mm-hmm. Say what you want. No, everybody is trying to have the best sports broadcast joint, and he did. He was a part of that. All right. What, does that chap your ass, white man? All right. That he was a part of that formula. All right. And you're not going to get that recipe back without him. All right. Ryan Clark provided what only Ryan Clark can provide. All right. And I go ahead and talk about our reporters and all right, some of these frequent reporters that come in here to step into the game and to put their prints in the game. All right, some of them are trying to, walk the chalk line and be easy and make sure that they don't bump into certain subjects here too hard to, all right, sound too quote unquote radical. All right, but the problem is that once you go ahead to make a stance against the Sambos, the Coons, the RG3s, and start telling the truth about niggas, all right. And we can go ahead and take it back. What did he say about RG3? He said he was I'm paraphrasing. He was some clown ass nigga in the locker room, and he had to stop players from whooping his ass. All right. Yeah, because he was just awkward and weird. All right, he was always talking about milk and shit. All right, go about Robert Griffin III. All right, right. He was just a clown ass nigga. All right, and a lot of other teammates didn't like him. All right, but he would take up for him. All right, I'm just giving it to you as raw as possible. All right, yeah. In other words, he said upon the league there when he played, like you wasn't really a likable dude, man. You did a bunch of strange shit. All right, that's how he put it. I guess he kept some things to himself. All right, but he was always sitting here. He pointed to mainly in that basis when he was talking about his wife and Angel Reese and all this weird shit. That pissed the dominant society off because RG3 gave them everything that they wanted. They had a Negro they could hide behind. All right. No, bashing Angel Reese. All right. And then a white woman in the background smiling. All right. Yeah, it was a double whammy. All right. Then he snuck that little monkey photo in, or the little game cover. All right. Trying to play games. All right. Talking about, oh, this is wrong. Whoever put this up. Yeah, trying to sneak this up. All right. What do you mean this is wrong? All right. First of all, you don't like this woman anyway. You keep scolding and trying to disrespect her name with that white woman you got in the back. Yeah, Ryan Clark got in that ass. Shaq too. Shaq said he'll punch you in his mouth again if you say something else about this girl. All right. Got personal about Angel Reese, which it should. All right. You can indulge in all the Wonder Bread you want, nigga. All right. Yeah, but you ain't going to use your melanin in here, Halls. All right. To try to hype Caitlin Clark up and put Angel Reese down in the process. All right. Yeah, as you look for doggy biscuits from white society in real time, nigga. All right. We ain't doing it. All right. That's not how you're going to get your rocks off. All right. We ain't doing it, man. Not that, dude. All right. Shout out to Ryan Clark. He stood on that. A lot of them are still pissed off by that. Like I said, when you go and stand out to say anything, you're going to get punished, dude. All right. As a black person. Thus, the lack of courtesy of interrupting an individual, half podcast and firing them, half broadcast, excuse me, and just letting them go. All right. I mean, you look at the professionalism in that. Mm-hmm. No, they look at black folks and they say, "Oh man, he going off. He carrying it like this. They tearing up this. Oh, look at that Negro. Look at no. This is a serious lack of professionalism." And as I broke it down to people from an intellectual standard, man, they wanted a fired up Negro. All right, him to just randomly turn up. Oh, that's messed up. Well, y'all gonna do it like that? Oh yeah, so they can call the police and call security. All right. Yeah, so like they had more right on this. Thus, they went to go ahead to add so much distance and rope. They figured they can get a big story Monday. All right, and then come in with this damn firing. And instead of that, publicly, it's just blown up in their faces as y'all being snake-ass individuals. All right? No, and Pat McAfee looks like shit because nobody really gives a shit that hard, dude. All right? We don't care about you taking your lame-ass dudes you got here, dude, these white guys, once again, and giving them as much money as you can. Nobody gives a rat's ass about that. All right? They don't. And this is fine. Allow folks at ESPN there to go and take a large look at your racism and see if they still want to participate in this shit. All right. No, they can still look in certain forms of the NFL. They just don't have to go ahead to give you their money. All right. You can go ahead and watch real differently. All right. No, as you understand what it means to just go ahead to eliminate black staff here. All right. To make sure that the white train continues to have an obsessive, unnecessary amount of money here. All right. No, you see how this goes? All right. No, kicking us even to terms of me looking at Bruce's Beach in here, Hoss, where you see black folks going ahead, being prosper, going to get money, doing it the right way, the American way. They try to go and take the Klan to scare these black people off. Didn't work. All right. Black folks wasn't scared. Continued to party, continued to make money. All right. Enjoy that beautiful water over there at Bruce's Beach. Beautiful water. All right. Yes, indeed. Still beautiful to this day here. All right. And through the context of that, they were able to use, as he said, the government, eminent domain. All right. When they realized they couldn't just use their ground troopers and these folks to scare you with pillow bags or whatever, sheets over top of their head. All right. Right. When they understood that couldn't work here, it's time to go use the law. All right. No, where they go ahead to give you pennies upon your goddamn property here. All right. And strip you of what you have here. All this is a tactic and a skill that the dominant society has used against black people, period. Mm-hmm. The difference is with today's society is that all those guys are smart, man. For every person that you see doing broadcasting, all right, publicly, they have their own show. Some type of show with the guys, the fellas, some part-time little gig or joint here where they get on maybe 2-3 times a week. And that's enough for them to build with a YouTube channel. They've had special guests. I'm talking about all these guys. All right, shit, even down to, I got my man out there. Zebo, man. Zebo and what's the dude's name? Terry Allen. All right, man. Everybody got their little, podcast to the side. Now you got Zebo out here, not just what you call you got Boogie Cousins out here. All right, you got Zach Randolph. All these people got goddamn podcasts, dude. All right, shit. Lil Wayne has a podcast. All right, everybody, nigga. That's where the money is. All right, no, just sitting down talking to people. Club Shay Shay, nigga, with one of the biggest interviews, period, there on YouTube. Where Cat Williams joined a couple years ago, that was big, dude. Shit, that shit hit largely. Seeing how black folks are going in there to change the game on social media, we're winning, all of us. All right, so I don't try to spend too much time. You go look to see certain personal things if you want to go line certain people up, and that's fine. But if you talking about the overall work within itself and production, shit, see a bunch of us killing the game. All right, because for the smarter dudes, like I told you here, they've already got their toe dipped in here. Look at Draymond. He's a genius. All right? No, he's just a smart man. He knows where the money's going anyway. He's a shit talker in the game. He likes to talk a lot of shit. All right? Put him behind the microphone. That's good business. All right? No, I don't need to get aggressive in the streets and start problems with people and do all types of silly shit and punch Cook in the face or do all this stuff. I don't need to be like that, dude. All right. No, if I'm really fired up, I can take my anger and aggression, some of my stuff I can do and go do my podcast. And that's a good way for me to let off stress too. All right. I'm straight. All right. And on top of that, he's building a fan base and he's lining himself up something to have his own goddamn brand. So once this Golden State shit is through, anytime they go ahead to turn their backs to try to do him funny the same way they did Klay Thompson, nigga. All right. Oh, yes, it can happen. All right. Yeah, Draymond Green stayed signed to the right people. All right. Got moved around properly. I will say that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. For everybody else, you think about for everybody else on the board, they've been expendable, nigga. All right. Even Klay, I ain't never felt like Klay Thompson would be expendable. All right. Never. All right. No, until he was gone and you seen his points dropped at another team. All right, because he's formerly and originally known to us, like I'm talking about the original Klay, as the Splash Brother. All right, I remember that Klay Thompson that will drop 38 points on you in one quarter, nigga. Mm-hmm. In one quarter. All right, bury you, dude. All right, I'm talking about every time they come up the court, they just chuck the bitch to Klay and he hits another three. All right, he way behind the 3-point line, nigga. All right, right. Every time they cross that goddamn line, you go up here to, and it don't matter what player has the ball, that you know who's getting ready to get the rock, nigga. All right, and here comes another one. All right, he couldn't miss, dude. All right, I want to say he scored 38 points in one quarter. All right, he was hot, goddammit. All right, no, the rules was for that quarter, keep feeding Klay, nigga. That was the offensive plan. Give it to Klay. All right. Yep. Check the ball and get it past half court. Do what? Get it to Klay, nigga. All right. Yes. That's all you need to remember. I mean, he was cooking out there. Mm-hmm. That was that year that they had that season here where they lost to Cleveland at the end, but they broke the Bulls' regular season record. That was that season. All right. Because they was doing some amazing shit. All right. Yeah, I'm talking about playing at their best potential out there. But great Draymond Green is a smart dude. He's already in podcasting. He's already got 4 championships. He's already respected, known in the league. He's already set up a successful brand that's his on the microphone. All right. The difference is between him and PG-13, they both love that shit, man. They love to do it. All right. Draymond got chips, nigga. He got rings. All right. Shit to show for it. So when somebody, all right, man, why you ain't doing this and that? Well, he done made his hardware. Look at how old he is. All right. What you want from him? All right. Some of these niggas is scraping at the barrel and ain't even got that, man. Let's be happy on what we got here for the cases. All right. Draymond Green. No, because he's a person they thought outside of the box to say, what am I going to do after all of this stuff is over? What can I do? All right. And he already got podcasting lined up. So big shouts out to Draymond Green. I'm going to go in here to some of these cases of why some of people, these people are claiming that he was fired. All right. Which is a bunch of bull. This is what really makes ESPN look like some clowns. It says Ryan Clark fired from ESPN, maybe shitting on Charlie Kirk on air a few weeks after his assassination was bad for business. Nigga, get your funky ass out of here. Nobody's thinking about that. All right. If you want to say that you're a Charlie Kirk supporter, that's fine. What do you support about Charlie Kirk? And then y'all sit back and listen. Don't let these jagoffs sit here and talk to you crazy about this. All right, damn there. Everything you've seen from this guy was racist and inappropriate. So if you would like to explain to us what priorities that you supported of his, all right, you tell us that, dude. Don't be coming in here cold talking, hoping that somebody will lose something that they have, Halls, for a person whose last words towards black people was gang violence, dude. All right, we weren't even around. All right, hold on here, fair use.
First off, it's the second most ridiculous thing he said this week. The first was standing on campus and saying he wanted to put a statue up of somebody that doesn't represent the people of Louisiana, doesn't represent the players and the students at LSU, doesn't represent the executives that work there. That was the first dumb thing he said this week. This is the second dumbest, right? Amongst a lot of dumb things that he says. Scott Woodard, for whatever he is a man who got Jay Johnson, right? Last I checked, the 2025 Louisiana State University Tiger baseball team was in the White House getting the GAT recently, right? He was there in 2019 when it's one of the greatest college football teams of all time. He also was there when he said, you know what, we're going to go out and get Kim Mulkey, right? She brings a championship to the school with Angel Reese and with Flau'jae Johnson. And so to me, this is another situation of politicians poking their nose into things that they don't know about. And I honestly believe it was so he can get in front of a microphone and say, look at this connection I have to the president, and he likes to pick winners so he could placate to somebody he idolizes. You don't know nothing about football. There's enough going on in the state of Louisiana that needs to be fixed for its constituents. Well, I don't need you tweeting on Saturday night about what's going on in Tiger Stadium. There is too many issues happening right there under your nose that ain't got nothing to do with sports. Scott Woodard is a good man. Scott Woodard is a man that cares about LSU. In the greatest times, back in the day, he understood what it was like to be a part of a winner, and he's brought more winners back to the school. He didn't miss because Brian Kelly wasn't capable. He missed because Brian Kelly was no longer willing. Brian Kelly was no longer tapped in. Brian Kelly didn't care if the people of Louisiana cared about him, and he didn't care if the players knew that he cared about them. That's where it went wrong. Not in picking a man who was the winningest all-time coach in Notre Dame history. And so for me, it's emotional, clearly, and it pisses me off, but Scott Woodard deserves to pick the next head coach, and the governor should stay out of it.
I don't feel any problem towards his take that he had at all. None of it. I think that some of you guys are sensitive in these cases that you don't want anybody speaking against these dirty ass things that you believe in. But here's the thing with these cowards here. when you start asking them about the cases of their beliefs one more time, a lot of them won't even stand on it. But they'll start trying to act like they don't know about what you're talking about. Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Yeah, these undertones of racism in which you see around here. And it don't continue to regurgitate itself, Halls. No, not until you see these jokers. Oh, what do you mean? What are you talking about by that? What does that mean? It sounds like some of that affirmative action stuff. Wink, wink. You talking about things here that the number one beneficiary was white women? You talking about that? All right. Right. Don't let these dingbats play games with you, dude. We're looking in your face, talking stupid and shit, hoping you don't have any intelligence. All right. You have no intelligence about yourself. You're just going to say something. All right. You know, you mean that you had the same affirmative action where white women are the number one beneficiary? Is that the one you were recalling? All right. Talk about that one. All right. Yeah, man. No, you make sure you go ahead to let them know here. Even down to that DEI crap. We don't benefit off of any of this trash. All right. We don't. We get none. All right. They do want to go ahead for the forms of speaking or talking politically here, dude. No, the facts are in front of your face. And when these sports folks go ahead to get involved, it just lets you know where they stand at. All right. I was happy when Drew Brees said what he said about his grandfather doing all this. Now we know where you stand. Now you can stop sitting around black people faking and funking. All right, go ahead. Let it all hang out, nigga. All right. Like I said, I like it like you go ahead to see white supremacy like my coffee straight up and down. I don't like it hidden. Come on out, nigga. Take that jacket off. All right. Yeah, don't hide behind there. All right. Let us see you. All right. You gotta act like you care and you love so much of the circumstances of black folks. No, you don't. You like what you can get from us, dude. All right. The reception, how much extra money you can make. All right. Yeah, because some black folks out here respect you based on your football career, Drew Brees, your little racist ass. All right. But we understand what it is. All right. Now we know. All right. All this chipping around the board. You could have been got to this. All right. Hold on here. And this is our brother once again. No, speaking up for our folks in here. I'm trying to be make sure I'm specific. All right. Ryan Clark blamed the reason why Shedeur Sanders fell to the 5th round in the draft on the fact that he is black. It is about the fact that the color of his skin sometimes at the position can be questioned. Clark was let go by ESPN today, and they put this little, what you call it, face up. Dude, no, this is all y'all damn, what you call it, terms in here. At least y'all mental process it is. All right, with black folks speaking up for themselves. What needs to happen to you immediately? Now, understand this story is old, but there's a bunch of people today who keep doing this. That's why I read the caption. All right. No, they want to go, will put their little underlying tones of racism here. There is nothing wrong here for any black person in here speaking up for themselves, taking up for another black person, saying that, hey, this shit don't look right. You know what? The system went differently when this person came forward. Y'all treating this process a lot shaky because you got to give this black person some credit. All right. Yeah. All right. Hell, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese beat Caitlin Clark, all right, in college. All right. But yet the white society made it their priority to make Caitlin Clark the number 1 draft pick. She's the reason why the women's league is saved. All this other trash. All right. To the point where you've seen in the last week, the rules get modified for her. And she still almost got her ass kicked. That's a damn shame, man. All right. Yeah, nigga, they didn't call so many fouls. You've been able to take, what 19 foul shots and make 17. All right. You know, that would explain that 45 points right there. Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second.
That they plant these certain reports or they say these certain things, and you do hear the word arrogant. Why is he arrogant? because he won't walk into the meeting and bend the knee, or he won't sit in the meeting and question himself or his abilities or his knowledge and experience in the game. I don't believe that that's arrogance. I want a quarterback that's self-assured. I want a quarterback that could cut the film on, and when you ask him a question about why did you make this mistake, or why did you make this throw, or why was this the right read, I want him to be able to regurgitate that to me like he's in the play at the moment, the same way a coach or an offense coordinator would, because that's what he's going to have to do. And I've had conversations with Shedeur Sanders, and he can do that. We all know that it's not just about him being Deion Sanders' son. It's about the bravado he carries. It's about the fact that he looks a certain way. It is about the fact that the color of his skin sometimes at that position can be questioned. And I believe Shedeur Sanders is going to have to deal with that. Know that they plant
credit. That Shedeur Sanders was good enough to have his brand ready before he came in the league, sitting on about $17 million before he even came in the league. That's smart enough to make sure he ain't ass kissing and having to be behind nobody and ask for any goddamn thing, because he was prepared and ready. You understand? All right? No, prepared and ready in here. When it was time for his jersey to get called, he did what he could do to the standards of people praising him the way that they are here today. And he continued to have the #1 jersey sales here, all right, to really make the Cleveland Browns and good old Kevin wear that bullshit. Every week they denied him getting some damn snaps here. All right, they cooked themselves here. All right, Dylan Gabriels and all this bullshit they were doing. All right, no, nigga, he played games. Kevin played games all the way to the point of him getting fired. Because I told y'all the rules. Yeah, the old little racist owner in here that said that crazy shit about Shedeur Sanders, talking about he wasn't anybody I picked. He wasn't a person that I didn't pick. He wasn't. All right? Yeah, he's okay with rotting with that mess as long as the circumstances come back where you were able to go ahead and actually sabotage him enough for these things to be over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the moment they couldn't sabotage him, all right, the moment they couldn't do that, well, the sacrificial lamb was always going to be Kevin, because he came up with that damn strategy in the first place in there. It just didn't work. All right, yeah.
These certain reports, or they say these certain things, and you do hear the word arrogant. Why is he arrogant? Because he won't walk into the meeting and bend the knee, or he won't sit in the meeting and question himself or his abilities or his knowledge and experience in the game. I don't believe that that's arrogance. I want a quarterback that's self-assured. I want a quarterback that could cut the film on, and when you ask him a question about why did you make this mistake, or why did you make this throw, or why was this the right read, I want him to be able to regurgitate that to me like he's in the play at the moment, the same way a coach or an offense coordinator would, because that's what he's going to have to do. And I've had conversations with Shedeur Sanders, and he can do that. We all know that it's not just about him being Deion Sanders' son. It's about the bravado he carries. It's about the fact that he looks a certain way.
So this is the opinions of what they got on the board. All right, as they show, Ryan Clark, Jamel Hill, and Emmanuel Alcho, he said, are probably teaming up for an unbiased sports podcast. They are looking for the public to help name the podcast. All right, send them something below. I'm not seeing how sure this is. I can't go ahead to 110% stamp this, but I'm going to the comment section anyway. And he said, I got a name for the show. It's called Unemployment Sports Network. Man, get your funky ass out of here. Mm-hmm. All right. It says, hold on. It said, they need somebody likable to balance the show out because this ain't it. All right. Hold on. The only person that could balance this show out is the Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Oh, good Lord. Oh, Lord. All right. Let me go ahead and keep going out. Total bias, this, that, and the third. So it's a bunch of angry jokers in here going after them. All right. White folks are upset in the chat again. They hate to see intelligent black men and women. All right. Well, that's cool in the cases for the circumstances of Ryan Clark, but then who else are you talking about, man? All right. Let me make it clear. All right. Oucho is a funky tether. All right. Yes, what you call it, Jamel Hill's a bed wench. Both of these folks have continuously spoke against black people. All right, he don't need to mix and match with them. They need him. All right, he can stay where he at with the brothers that he's already been streaming with and continue to make a bag, nigga. Mm-hmm. Shit, why throw them niggas a flotation device, a life, what you call it, device, nigga? Yeah, a life jacket, man. Let them do their thing. All right. I don't care to see Ryan Clark and Jamel Hill and Oucho. No, it just sounds corny to me. All right. No, it sounds real corny. All right. I don't want to hear or see any of it. It's trash. It's a bad idea. All right. Because Ryan is the goods. All right. He should be somewhere where he can shine at, man. Mm-hmm. All right, there's some things that he talked about that I disagree with, of course. All right, just like any analyst do. But in the same sense, I feel like his best potential, he would shine the hardest here, Halls, just continuing to work with the people he's already worked with, because that personally has worked for him. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and some of y'all can give y'all opinions too, however you feel. But that's my thoughts about it. Like, it's already shown progress there that's a winning formula. The people that he's working with. All right. If you got something broke, man, then don't try to fix it, man. All right. Now I got my homeboy Shut Up here, and he posted something earlier, and I want to put this up here to show my good people for a second. All right. And it says, ESPN has fired two ADOS/FBA big-time sports analysts, Ryan and Cam, and negotiated a deal with Pat McAfee for $60 million, a year raise, making him the highest paid in ESPN employee in the network's history. Now, that's what I call a cool game, a cold game. Yeah, mm-hmm. With a K. All right, yeah, it is cold because they letting you know here firsthand that they willing to take their same good old Negroes that they promised the world to here, Halls, barely paying you nothing. Ryan was only getting paid $2 million a year. You mean to tell me you got to kick a table over, nigga? All right? No, to stop Pat McAfee from getting $20 million, to making sure that he gets $60 million a year. All right? Like I said, that's priority. Niggas is over there taking a 3-ring binder, slamming it into a cabinet, nigga, next to a printer in the back. You saying, God damn it, huh? Pat McAfee, all right, by the end of this week, all right, needs to be making $60 million a year. And I don't give a damn who's got to go down for it to happen. All right? Because I explained the math. Them big funky ass executives ain't willing to cut their money up here, dude, to take no losses for him to get paid, but they damn sure willing to get rid of whatever they call the riffraff, dude. Or the folks that they have a hard time with. All right, some of these sprinkled black employees, because some of these things for the networks here, if it hasn't switched over to the internet already, has dropped, and it has faced critical harm and punishment when it comes to the numbers, man. We've seen that happen with that CNN Plus app too as well, man. They had to end up throwing that bitch in the trash because, all right, not only weren't people paying for it, but its viewership was just very low, dude. It was trash. It was a waste. All right, niggas ain't gonna pay you no extra money for no damn CNN Plus. They don't give a shit what you got. Mm-hmm. All right, hell no. Why? When I can go ahead to look on YouTube and get all this shit for free. Why would I pay you fucking $11.99 a month? All right. Look, all that shit is dumb to me. They started to try to do it with everything, make everything so and so prime, or ESPN something prime, or whatever this is prime. Like hell no, man. Oh, not prime, but premium, so and so premium. What you call it, premium? Like no, nigga. Yeah, leave this shit alone. I'd rather take the commercials and all the extras then, nigga. All right, give me that. All right, you ain't about to tax the shit out of me. All right, just like y'all see for the NFL's cases right now here in the NBA, and me and my brother and my nephew went through this shit with a headache, man. All right, they said to charge you and put an app up, dude, for every goddamn game they got on, dude. All right, so now we had to have ESPN or Peacock or whatever this shit is just to watch the NBA finals. Where you ever heard that shit at, dude? All right. Usually it's their thing to try to have the largest numbers they can with people watching the finals. Now you're trying to make sure you taxing on everything. All right. This is the trifling way they living, man. And this is how you chase people away from the damn sport. Yeah, everybody wants to be a part when they know that it's affordable and they know that they can go ahead to maintain and to make purchases and can follow their team and what have you. But it's like, God damn, dude. All right. How much money you want? How much is you trying to get, nigga? All right? Because you got dedicated fans that want to be down, dude, but they may not have it, Halls. Everybody may not have this access to their Fire Stick or this, that, and the third. All right? Some people do, some people don't. But for the folks that don't, they just got basic shit sitting around here, Halls. They trying to get right. All right? No, you should not have to be in this lane here, dude, but you got to have a Fire Stick and have this shit jailbroken, do all this other type of damn bullshit in here just to stay connected with everything. I know it's easier on the cases of the headaches, man. All right, it is. But we shouldn't have to have this damn dynamic because the corporations have grown so filthy and greedy, dude. Greedy. I was talking to my nephew maybe about a week ago. The goddamn video games. All right, yeah, you go pay for 2K or you pay for Madden, you go and get all these things, and you want to build your players up. You got to pay for all this goddamn VC points just for the person to be able to move correctly. And even with that, you're not guaranteed for what you're paying for. All right, some of these guys every year pay for packages of cards, spend thousands and thousands and thousands upon dollars on this shit, dude. All right, yes. All right, and you can't take none of it in the next year, what you do. It ain't like you can take everything you just spent your money on and put it on the new joint you with. You have to go ahead and get all new shit. All right. So it's a complete hustle for them every year, dude, to burn them damn pockets up of yours. 7 ways to Sunday. All right. So most of us understand you can't even tap into all the extra shit unless you go ahead to get the premium shit. All right. The Xbox Play or the PlayStation Play or whatever that is, membership here. All right. Without that, you can't even go ahead to associate to play basketball with other players. All right. So they taxing you everywhere you look at with these goddamn devices, dude. You don't just get this shit now. Like back in the day, if you got a Sega, you got a Sega, and you got regular what came with it. You didn't have to worry about all this bullshit of things that to keep downloading and doing all this other crap. Well, I got to make sure I have to have internet to play the Sega. You could just hook the Sega up to a goddamn TV and play it, dude. All right. Now they done tax the shit out of you everywhere you look, even from turning the TV on, nigga. All right, just turning that on. All right, that's an extra bill, $10, $15 there. They can tax your ass. All right, and I'm taxing you on the game that you playing. All right, taxing you for any other extra features. You can tax the shit out of you. All right, right. And they know that they can go ahead to execute these things because if you will go ahead to do it off the muscle on your own, it will take you damn near forever, dude. All right, and you're gonna be frustrated as hell. All right, yeah, trying to get to know the buttons and all this, and don't even get me started with that because with the uploads and the features that they have when they give you these games in here, the ways that you shoot with these buttons don't be the same by the time you finish with the updates, nigga. They done fucked up everything. All right, so it doesn't even keep you on traction here, dude. All right, makes a mess full of headaches, and some of my gamers, y'all understand where I'm coming from, dude. All right, it's a pain in the ass. All right, and I put this all over the place, not with the greedy ass corporations, dude. Same folks like ESPN, all right, that will have the nerve to look at its fans and say, you know what, we got to get these niggas out of here so we can give Pat McAfee $60 million a year. All right, with a straight face, dude. All right, no, damn how you niggas feel. All right, and that did not tell you that Pat McAfee needs $60 million annually, Halls. All right, I don't care about no long-lipped niggas. All right, right, and they serious, dude. As they take one of their own, in which they had working for 30 years, and he's been fired. This white man here, they had in there, old Carl, I believe that's what his name was. All right, got him right out of there. All right, they're going to secure that McAfee money. All right, and I hope it's worth it here at the end, because just like the sources of all this other crap, I've watched these corporations tank down and burn to the ground. I always use HBO as a primary joint because nobody would sit here and listen to black people at all. We kept sitting here saying, yo, stop trying to disrespect what black people are bringing to the table for all these damn East Europeans and these foreigners. You guys are doing too much, HBO. It's obvious. Ever since y'all jumped on Pacquiao's nuts, you know, all right, Lomachenko's nuts, all these other fighters, you're ignoring Terrence Crawford, you're ignoring the Andre Wards, you're ignoring all of these jokers in here, all right, to the point where your shit is tanking, and it's taking unnecessary hits here, Halls. And the premier fighters started to make an exit to premier boxing champions. Y'all seen all that around the same time in here, because some fighters were able to box on both networks. But as you watch HBO die, they died on fighters like Roman Gonzalez, nigga, Chocolate Tito. Some guy who won a whole bunch of fights. I believe that was at featherweight, dude. Some foreign dude that was Philippine. They were trying to replace Pacquiao so much they were just thirsty with it, and it was trash. All right. Every exercise that they use and attempt to try to recycle the Pacquiao formula, it tanked, dude. The nigga ended up getting knocked out or beat up real bad. Him, Lomachenko, for the circumstances that he lost to a journeyman like Orlando Salido, dude. Because remember, Orlando Salido had something like 18 losses, man. All right, like 17, 18 losses, dude. All right. Hey, this guy beat up Lomachenko. Now, what y'all had, which was so embarrassing, all right, that Top Rank had to end up in ESPN, speaking of, they had to end up suspending Teddy Atlas, is because I told you Terrence Crawford ended up becoming undisputed at 140 pounds. He was standing in the middle of the ring with an interview with Andre Ward, who at that time in his career, he had just beat Sergey the Crusher Kovalev. So you had two folks in here with two outlandish and goddamn it, all right, career moments that just happened with him. And you had Teddy Atlas standing there, all right? And while they're sitting in here talking, this man's undisputed. He just beat, goddamn it, shit. God damn it, what the hell was his name here? Butte, something Butte, not Butte, not Butte, Bundu, Butte, Bundu, all right, some African dude he beat, man. All right, and the African guy that he beat was significant because he was ranked number 17. And a white guy originally fought him because he was so much in the short, like the rank that he was at. He thought he was soft. And the guy had ended up going ahead to whoop his ass to take his title. What the hell is his name, man? All right, because he was a great fighter here. I ain't trying to sit here and talk about him like he's trash. All right, I'm going to get to him in a second here. All right, Crawford ended up defeating him with a body shot in the second round. All right, he destroyed him. As they're sitting there around the ring in here, you would think that he'd go Crawford getting ready to get praise from Atlas and Ward and all that shit. And Atlas breaks into this, yeah, you guys know who my number one fighter is. You know who I really like, man, my guy. Yeah, Lomachenko. He's my dude. It's like, man, shit is inappropriate, man. All right, no, Crawford just won, man. All right, he just got all 4 belts in one division. That's hallmark shit, dude. All right, yeah, we don't want to hear you fanboying in the middle of this. All right, it's like, yeah, Lomachenko, he's my. They talking about this guy with 1 loss to a journeyman nigga. All right, yeah, and you had Bob Arum running around talking about some. Yeah, he's just like Muhammad Ali. All right, now, that's why I was happy when that Australian came around here, Halls, and Telefimo Lopez. All right, they were good for something. All right, no, slow that hype train down. I watched the entire case of Boxing Society in here go from they like the Gennady Golovkin, Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward, Rock'em Sock'em robot shit, nigga. I watched them go ahead to do that to be fascinated by skilled boxing again. things that they would criticize Roy Jones and Mayweather about. Just being pure boxers. Now all of a sudden they're fascinated with it because they see Lomachenko, all right, can steal a few moves, nigga. All right. Yeah, so can Luka Doncic, nigga, but that still ain't the real deal, nigga. You see, when it comes to the nitty gritty, all the stolen black moves don't matter, nigga, when the originators are standing in front of you. All right? Yeah. All the robbery. All right? Yes, indeed. Shit. That's why I say here for Lomachenko's case, all right, I would like to see him fight Tank, man. That's a fight that I would like to see. All right? I think it's long overdue. All right. Now, anyhow, even for the sports joint, I was just sitting here talking about. Yeah, they took a big hit because they collapsed into this foreign thing here. Even as their numbers were taking hits, they didn't give a shit. It's like, dude, you're not gonna hand HBO boxing over, all right, to this foreign thing where they're not even going ahead to financially support you guys like that. You gotta understand, it wasn't coming on every weekend. They might have had HBO fights when it started to get real bad. HBO would come on like once a weekend or like once every other weekend. All right. No, it used to come on once every other weekend. I would say that. All right. You would get a major fight. Anybody here, Jermaine Taylor versus Winky Wright, anybody would come on HBO boxing. All right. But yeah, you would want to get something good, man. All right. You might be sitting there watching Boxing After Dark, man, and watch a watch a premiere fight here, dude, with two folks in here trying to find themselves, man. All right, they had good matchups back in the day. When y'all used to hear that, dun, 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 dun. That's when you had some real boxing on there. All right, that's back in them Holyfield versus goddamn, all right, Lennox Lewis days here, dude. All right, you gonna have two folks in there brawling, dude. Absolutely. All right. Now somebody gets called on social media here, all right, for being racist and trying to accuse black people of stealing. The whole time he done got locked up for stealing. All right, and be careful how you speaking about people when you got your paperwork out here. All right, especially us here. Thank you, brother, for doing your damn research, man, and your due diligence. All right, we appreciate people like you. Black first.
I don't hire ookabukas in any good business. Any good contractor knows when you go and sell a job, y'all have done it to yourselves. The minute you bring an ookabuka on a job site, I can see it playing through these old YT people's mind. Oh Lord, they're going to come back and tie us up and fucking rob us. That's what they think, because y'all do shit like that.
It's very interesting you call black people lazy in the comment section that you respond of a black man asked you, who was telling you nobody wants to work for you, but you went to jail for stealing, and you even admitted on video
I went to jail for stealing money, not stealing from Walmart like y'all.
And all this man content is just spewing racial slurs about black people without saying the actual word. When he says ooga booga, that's like a different term of calling us monkeys, N-word, different term. You know what I'm saying? And he also said this about us.
Y'all are sowing y'all's feelings all the damn time. Nobody want to hear that shit. Y'all act right. Y'all could be treated like everybody else, but y'all don't.
So I guess white people are perfect. You guys are superior, right? You do nothing wrong, right? There's bad people every race. And I think you should take your advice, because you went to jail for stealing, but you call us lazy. Make that shit make sense, bro.
And the sad part is, for him, there will be consequences behind this. We will update this further here to show you what happened. A lot of guys like this end up losing business and losing work trying to carry it like this. We tell y'all like this. You can walk the earth and say whatever you want to here. You're right. But there are going to be consequences. And you go ahead thinking you're going to disrespect black folks and get away with it all. So you got another thing coming. All right? We have at least an orderly system that we have set up here online to get people your faces. All right? So folks can know who you are locally. And from there, those people take it from there. And yes, that's not only black folks, dude. Just to be clear, it ain't just them. All right. And for a good deal of y'all, at least recently, it's individuals who look just like you who are reporting your ass to the job. All right. And everywhere else around town about your behavior. So y'all, you dirtbags, keep it up, dude. All right. Yeah. All right. That's what I got. We'll give you the updates here. once he gets fired or whatever happens to him. All right? All of y'all are idiots, man. All right? Making money and chilling and riding and eating good, that ain't good enough for you. All right? You got to do something else. All right? And we will oblige your funky ass, nigga. We'll oblige you. All right? Go ahead. Take your jacket off. Go on and do it. All right? No, because we move a whole lot quietly. Ain't some black person just sitting here screaming and doing all. No, we like, okay, we heard you. Okay, we niggas and baboons and all. Is that all you got to say? Is that it? Okay. All right, I heard you. All right. And then we move inconspicuous here in the shadows, dude. That's it. And keep moving. All right. Or in his case, like he just did, he posted his paperwork there, the man just being a damn thief. All right. That cat calling the cattle black. All right. Yeah. What's the point? Now, let's go ahead to the Tate brothers. All right. As they are in big trouble here and huge trouble. They're gotten by the short and curlies on all types of sex charges and crimes, man. They've been get ready. All right. The Tate brothers fight extradition after new UK sex charges. And they're going to stay in the news. Why? Because of the 1% rule, dude. The Meghan Markle rule, nigga. All right? 1% black, nigga. That's all you have to be. All right? Now, don't get me wrong here. Tate brothers can go walk through the door. They can pass for white all damn day long. All right? No, but they got a sprinkle of black in them. All right? So now you watching them for all this ass kissing, even you antagonizing black folks, making fun of Juneteenth and saying nigga and doing all this here, trying to be funny. All right? You see them white folks ain't playing with you. All right? No, they ain't, dude. So on one end of this, do I feel bad for the Tate brothers here partially? Yeah, because I see layers of injustice on them cases there. All right? I'm not for anybody facing injustice. All right? The law just coming down on you just because they're trying to make a point to do something. All right? I don't think anybody should have to go through that. But on the other end, like your stance with black people overall, dude, and what type of relationship you kept with us, all right? No, it's been pretty much, dude, all right, up in flames, and it is what it is. And if you treat us lackadaisical, this is how we going to be about your shit. All right? Yeah. And as soon as he thought, let me tell y'all this, as soon as Andrew Tate thought he can come into a Twitter space or whatever and start trying to reprimand white folks on their behavior, dude, all right, they let him have it. All right? Then all of a sudden, he was all types of niggas then. All right? They let him know exactly what he was. All right? No, the gloves came off. You understand? All right? That's all it takes here for you trying to tell them what the deal is. All right? He started talking about crime and all of this other shit. All right? Yeah, he found out real quick. Hold on here.
Tate brothers are now fighting extradition after their arrest in Miami over the weekend. These controversial social media influencers are facing dozens of new rape and sex trafficking charges that have been brought by authorities in the UK. And that is on top of a separate case in Romania and a state criminal probe in Florida. Now, both Andrew and Tristan Tate deny any wrongdoing. Their lawyer says the latest arrests are political. Our next guest has reported on the Tate brothers for years from all over the world, with her latest piece for The New Yorker titled Andrew Tate's Empire of Abuse. I want to welcome investigative reporter Heidi Blake now for a deep.
All right, and this is exactly how they going to do you. Nope, this is who you expected. Nope, some short, bullet head, all right, alt-right haircut having white woman. All right, who's going to walk you down, Hoss? All right, you're a scum of the earth, dude. All right, this case is talking about sexually assaulting females here. You're the scum of the earth. All right, so they need short haircut looking, all right, those old feminist looking women to come in here, dude, and break their foot off in your ass. All right, no mercy. All right, and I mean throwing this case here, all right, directly to the Tate brothers in the case where, all right, no, it's not anything they can particularly fight here. All right, no, not while you're locked up here and you're facing extradition and you don't even know how this really going to play out. You just see a bunch of miscellaneous charges, dude, and they got 7 witnesses that's going to be willing to speak on this case.
Deep dive on this. Heidi, thank you very much. Much for your time. A thing that I often hear when you're talking about Andrew Tate is maybe you don't know who he is, but your son definitely does. These are big names in the manosphere, but can you remind our viewers how they built this massive empire and why they are also so controversial?
That's right. So Andrew Tate became famous, amassing a vast audience of young men who followed his posts on social media, in which he flaunted the fortune that he made in webcam pornography, mixing up posts about diamond watches, Bugattis, private jets, expensive cigars, all the trappings of an opulent lifestyle, with misogynistic rants and masculinist pep talks. He told young men that they were the victims of like a feminized society, which was bent on crushing their male essence and denying them their, what he calls their natural male imperative for power. Underneath all of that is a fortune that he built by systematically exploiting women, by recruiting them and coercing them into.
And this is where I call cap, lady, this is where I call cap on an international level, because we understand that feminism exists everywhere, all right, any and everywhere, all over. And for them cases, you're not forcing no damn women to do nothing in these damn streets, or at least in these damn countries. You will get a basketball jersey number, all right, for touching or doing or violating anything for the cases of a woman. A lot of these laws are already put out here, all right? So involuntarily situations here, you have a lot of these young ladies who didn't get what they were supposed to get out of the deal, and they understand that they can combine themselves like Voltron, you understand? No, like Voltron, all right, to be able to make your life a living hell, dude, or the worse. And what I have presented to you guys in the past, and I told you the truth, you look at Andrew Tate and you look at Tristan Tate, and one thing I can tell you about their fate with all of these charges, people are sitting around here looking like they might can bounce back, whatever. Dude, I'm thinking about young Cash Out, family. All right? I'm thinking about R. Kelly on the bad side of this conversation, nigga. I'm not thinking about, look, I'm thinking about the circumstances that they will create laws on some of these people in here to get you out of the paint, man. And they've already kind of taken these folks through the ringer, back and forth through the court systems, lining you up, all right, testing to see how some of these different tricks and tactics will work here underneath of putting you in front of a jury halls and convicting you. So they know exactly what formula to bring in here to keep people on this side here of the Tate brothers are the most horrible thing here known to man. All right. Today's society is about, and the Western powers here is about promoting Bussyville. All right. Promoting that as heavy as you can, Hoss, for all age brackets. All right. That's what you got to do here, even in schools. All right. Yeah. And making sure the male is as non-damn masculine as possible. People like Andrew Tate spoil things like that, dude. All right. He has nothing that gives that a good look over. If anything, it brings these circumstances a much harder time here. All right. Will I say he's some guru here at the game? No, but he has done some good here for some people, such as individuals who walk around with confidence.
Sex work over many, many years. And that was really the bulk of what I investigated over 9 months and published recently in the New Yorker.
So what are the details of all of these different charges? 2 countries and investigation. Can you break them all down and how they're connected?
Yeah, so Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan were arrested in Romania in 2022 on human trafficking charges. That was after a US citizen was recruited and brought out to their compound in Romania, where they had been running their online pornography empire for many years. While she was there, she raised the alarm. She sent messages back to family members and a friend at home saying she felt she was being trafficked. They alerted the US Embassy, who alerted local authorities, and the Tate compound was raided. That was when the Romanian case started under the Biden administration, following pressure from the US Embassy to tackle these guys. They'd actually relocated to Romania some years earlier after initially starting their webcam pornography business in the UK, but they skipped the country after being accused of rape and strangulation by a number of women in the UK, some of whom had been some of their earliest webcam workers. Now, British police failed to investigate properly those women's allegations. They let that case lie dormant for years and ultimately shut it down. But they have now launched a fresh investigation into allegations from a number of other women that the brothers raped them, strangled them during sex, and in many cases trafficked them. And so that case, they were charged in that case a couple of years ago, but the British authorities have been waiting on the Romanian case to run its course. And now the latest development is that British police have added 38 new charges to that case. Those charges involve further charges of rape and trafficking, but also charges relating to making child pornography. And that's the basis on which they've sought the Tate brothers' extradition now from the United States.
Now, as these allegations have come out, and they are, of course, horrifying allegations, we also know that the Tate brothers have remained incredibly popular. What's been the reaction from their followers as this has all played out?
Well, they still have a large fan base online.
Yeah, and that fan base has already been prepared for this. At least Andrew was sharp enough to have a pre-planned interview already that he had with somebody that's about 3 hours long. I wouldn't recommend you sit around listening to all this trash. All right. But for his hardcore fans that he has over there, you go ahead and check it out. It's on YouTube. All right. And it's also on Twitter, too, if you would like to watch it. I didn't retweet it, but I'm sure you can find it. All right. But that's lined up. All right. For his public defense and all these other things. So I will give him enough credit to say that for him and his brother, they have thought a few chess moves ahead, given the crazy circumstances that they've been through. And as I told you, as they were obtained, they were prepared to host a bare knuckle brawl. All right. And this is why they were, they were dressed up here. It was pretty. It was fly. You understand? They had the good shit on. All right. Yeah. So in that process, they were prepared to host an event and they got snatched up. You can actually see Andrew Tate jump in thinking this is some practical joke or something. But no, they were actually getting locked up, dude. All right. And that lets you know for his interview that he had talking about extradition, man, look, these countries don't play. If you get yourself in good enough trouble here, Halls, yeah, they will turn you right over. All right. You talking about you got 7 accusers. All right. That's why I say, even for these cases, if it's not true, they have enough, smoke to cause a fire, baby. And that's all they need. Yeah, they hate the Tate brothers enough, dude. All right. Yeah, to sabotage the shit out you. And now they got another chance. Like I told y'all, once they start to go after a black person, they ain't going to finish going after you, nigga, until they get a conviction some type of way. They're going to keep coming. All right? The OJ rules, nigga. All right? Convict you for stealing your own shit, give you 33 years, nigga. All right? Make it. After you win the damn not guilty joint in here for murder, double murder, here, take you to the civil suit and rob you of $33 million, nigga. All right, rob you, dude. All right, I would expect for certain shit like that to be thrown out, dude. You don't get nothing. All right, yeah. How do I have to pay you upon pain and suffering from a crime I didn't commit? All right, hold on here. Fair use.
And there are a lot of particularly young male fans who are coming out and saying that these guys are the victims of a political smear campaign. That's something that since the very first days after their arrest, the Tate brothers have strenuously argued. It's very much at odds, I have to say, with their online pronouncements over many, many years. Not just in private. I mean, I studied thousands of their private messages with each other, with their associates, with some of the women who say they were victimized by the Tate brothers, but also in hours and hours of video that they made for an online men's network they called The War Room, where they taught young men how to recruit women into online sex work and in the way that they had done. In those videos, they described themselves as.
Let me tell you some good shit for free. If that's what you did, you openly committed a crime. They will present that to the jury as evidence, and you're going down, nigga. If you was out here trying to teach folks how to be Iceberg Slim or Mac Daddy make them, all right, in order to solicit sex out here and all of this stuff, they're going to go ahead to bash your head open, Halls. All right? They create charges for individuals like this, dude, especially if you got that 1% rule, that Meghan Markle rule. All right. As you look at the Tate brothers on your screen, yeah, they can pass for white coming in any door. All right. But that's not 100% the truth. And like I told you, for a lot of these jokers that go ahead to be playing around these little white supremacist groups, all right, and these are two of them. All right. A lot of them got, all right, a sprinkle of something else in you. All right. And for them, they have a sprinkle of black in them. That's that Meghan Markle rule. All right. They feeling the full effect, dude. All right. They ain't playing with them. All right. Especially in this course of how they want to take all this manly stuff and lighten it down. They would prefer more mild-toned men moving around here, subservient. All right, this ain't what I'm saying. This is the paperwork that you got back here to tell you. All right, they want to lower some of this testosterone out here. All right, hold on.
Pimps, they described how they recruited women and coerced them into sex work, how they controlled them, how they isolated them, how they withheld the money that they made from these women, how they didn't let them go out unattended or have relationships with other men or be connected with friends and family. So this is something they've described doing pretty openly over many years. But since their arrest in Romania, they've been arguing that all of that was just an online performance for entertainment. None of it was real, and that these charges against them are a backlash against them because of the masculinist ideology that they've been so central in promoting.
That so much of your reporting, Heidi, was about the connections potentially between the Trump administration and the Tate brothers. It is an incredibly detailed report. Your New Yorker article, I would encourage everyone to read that. Heidi Blake, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And we want to dig a little deeper on this, so we're going to bring in legal analyst and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer for more. So, Brian, as this is playing out, we've heard from lawyers for the Tate brothers, and they argue, amongst other things, that extraditing them to the UK would then interfere with their other cases, essentially saying the fact that they're facing all these different things complicates the matter.
Yeah, it does. And they need to get all this stuff crammed up into one space here. That's why I said they've had so much experience from looking at rather the U.S.'s government and the U.S. looking at the U.K.'s government and watching this process there, rather how Romania and some of these other places are charging them to see how they can get them and for it to be able to stick what's going to be credible here to hammer you one good time. All right. When you go ahead to these other courts, they want that to be whatever's left over. They already want you convicted and in your orange jumpsuit or whatever you're going to be wearing for the next 20 to 40 years, dude. All right. They plan on giving them the young cash out treatment.
What do you make of that argument?
Sure. Personally, I don't think it's the strongest of arguments, but I think the way in which extradition can be defeated from a legal standpoint, it makes sense. And this is what I mean by that. If you break it into two different categories, one being the arguments you make with the judge as a defense attorney, you're arguing either there's not a valid treaty, you're arguing insufficient evidence, as in there's no probable cause, or you're arguing that the crime that exists in the other country that wants your client does not exist in this country. But I think what you're hearing from Joseph McBride, the defense attorney for the Tate brothers, falls more in terms of the discretionary reasons why the Secretary of State has the power to deny extradition, that it might be of political motivation or against the U.S. national interest. And I think the arguments that you're hearing there in terms of the interference with other cases, as well as the political motivation, that's for an audience of one that they're hoping can pull the plug on this extradition before it even starts.
Obviously, they're still under investigation in Florida, and I'm sure that the letter of the law says that being charged elsewhere should not have any.
Tate brothers will be under investigation here. Let's keep this clear for the rest of their damn lives. All right, no matter where they go at. That's clear to me.
Influence on an investigation over here, but does the fact that they're facing charges in two different countries have any kind of influence in a criminal probe here in the United States?
I think it really depends on what judge you ask and whether you're asking the judge in Florida or you're asking the judge in Romania or in the United Kingdom. I think each one of those judges will take precedence of their own case and say, hey, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. I can't imagine a judge saying because there's a probe here in the United States, in the state of Florida specifically, and they're being requested of allegations in the UK, that they're going to put a pause on their case or that's going to interfere in any way, shape, or form. I do think it does become an issue if he is indicted, though, or both brothers are indicted, and have to defend and has to go back and forth between the different countries. I don't think that's actually going to happen. I think one case will obviously resolve first, and then depending on the outcome there, then they'll go to the different jurisdiction. But to answer your question plainly and simply, no, I don't think that one case will impact the other in a way that will pause or degrade the proceedings.
Cannot overstate how influential these two brothers are, particularly with young men. Okay, Brian Buckmeyer, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, I think they're done. That's my opinion. Yeah, it's caked up too thick, man. It's caked up way too thick. All right, and speaking of too thick, man, we go back to the streets of Baltimore. All right, and I told people once, I told you twice. All right, you as an elder dude, you are part of this society here. All right, and you are liable to be respectful to the young people. All right, that's part of your responsibility. So keep it cordial, keep it cool with them. I ain't said you got to run out here and kiss nobody's hind parts and do. I didn't say that. All right, but to be cordial, be respectful with some of these young people. Mind your business. Staying clear. All right, hold it down, B. All right, get out the way. All right, do what you got to do and keep it moving, Halls. All right. That's how you stay safe. This is how you build certain parts of understandings with young people. Now, how you put yourself in danger. All right. No, it's thinking that you're going to go ahead to be Superman and stop some shit that ain't nobody going to stop here, Hall. All right. And that's young people from being their damn selves. All right. Y'all with young, a lot of you folks out here were young. You experienced life. You had your moment and had your times here also. You just have to be understanding to others. All right. With folks being in this case where you feel like you want to police kids all the way, all right, inside the crib, on the steps, nigga, to mark them off on where they access or where they can go, what they can do, and what they're going to be able to have access to. I understand these are roads of parenting. Yes, I get that. All right. But everybody wasn't blessed here, and these isn't blessed here today, to have their parents to go ahead to care about them the same way that yours may have cared about you. All right. And I have different perspectives and understandings of this world. All right. And because of that, all right, you got to understand that there are certain parts in here, especially with Black society, all right, yeah, that may be still finding themselves in here, Hawks. All right, understanding a different level of what respect or taking over parts of authority in their community means. Young people are the future. All right. Yes, indeed. All right. So when I see stuff like this, I understand that. All right. Number one, the nigga who's on the ground is not from around there. All right. No, that's not one of their peoples. You're not some known person here in the damn community. You ain't from around there. All right. And number two, he's 70-something years old. Number two, all right, respect is earned, man. All right. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna give you nothing just walking up here. You earn respect. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And number three, we do not know what happened before this popped off. All right. So give all them youngins the benefit of the doubt. All right. No, I will be your goddamn public defender.
Days after a 74-year-old man was violently attacked outside of this Liberty Heights 7-Eleven, the store was targeted again. Baltimore police confirmed that around midnight on July 18th, someone reported seeing multiple male juveniles inside of the store. Detectives believe the group fled with cigarettes and cigars before officers arrived.
This is our neighborhood, and I've been hanging around here all our lives, and the police think that it's the neighborhood, but it's not. Because like when it stayed open at nighttime, police would sit in this parking lot. It was much safer.
This comes as detectives continue searching for the group accused of a disturbing attack caught on camera. Some residents speculate it's because the store closes earlier than others.
It's kind of dangerous for us not to be open. I think we should open the 7-Elevens back up. What's the problem?
The video shows 6 younger male suspects surrounding the 74-year-old victim outside of the convenience store just before 4 a.m. on July 7th. Police say the group assaulted and attempted to rob the man kicking and punching him after knocking him to the ground. This attack raising even more questions about juvenile crime in the city.
The people that's doing it is some kids. We don't know who they are. It's just young people growing up. Every generation has the new set of bad kids, this new set is way different.
Investigators say one suspect appeared to be carrying a gray assault-style rifle, while another was holding a sword.
We need Baltimore to be vibrant again. Closing it down and everybody being scared, that's never been Baltimore. This is a tough city. Come outside. It's lovely.
Police are still looking for the 6 suspects seen in the surveillance video from the July 7th attack. Anyone with information about that case or the overnight burglary at the same 7-Eleven is asked to contact police. In Baltimore, Cassidy Stevens, Fox 45 News.
Remember college? Well, now, college is over, and here comes your student loan debt. Is your private student loan debt keeping you up at night? You really need to talk to YRefi. YRefi refinances distressed or defaulted private student loans that others won't touch. They can save you thousands of dollars and get you a custom payment that you can afford. And they don't care what your credit score is. Don't let private student loan debt ruin your life. Call YRefi today.
Yeah, them youngins beat the brakes off, man. 1 second here. Let's get to the junk, shall we? Get to the trash. Taking out the garbage now. Now, I told y'all, I warned everybody in advance. By Anthony Edwards trying to take that girl and give her all the child support money up in advance, excuse me, before that money gets low, or when it even starts to get low, she will be back in the courts to double and quadruple up. And what I say, all right, Anthony Edwards' baby mama, Aisha Howard, let's put this on the screen, all right, is back for more. All right, baby mama, Aisha Howard, took him to court, increasing their child support to $5,000 monthly. All right, now the judge has ordered him to pay $3,222 here.
I'm here with
Monet.
We're gonna fight.
Which is insane, man. It's crazy, but that's on you guys. When I told y'all what the consequences was of sitting back here as an athlete and letting everybody get a piece of you, here it go right here. Folks holding your life up. All right, playing around with your money. All right, popping up, nigga. You paid them to get away from you. It don't matter. She got this child. All right, so she can keep crying foul and cost of living. All right, and all of this shit. All right, and putting you in front of some funky ass judge here, Hoss, and patting them sweet pockets of yours. It don't matter. I don't want to deal with you. If y'all seen the text messages with him and this woman, all right, it's the golden story here, Hoss, that you can't believe none of this shit. The moment these women go ahead to get pregnant, that's their golden ticket. She was old too. Why would she give up on that? That's her last opportunity to harass some nigga for money for 18 years. All right, she ain't gonna hand that over. All right, why? She can go to some store here and work her ass off. I don't believe any shit like that, and neither do you. All right. No, the whole point of flat backing and running from athlete to athlete is to simply do that, to get pregnant. And he gave her a baby, and he's a goddamn fool. All right. Point on why giving yourself around, nigga, to all these women here is a bad idea. If you got the money, sure, go ahead to do it. But at the end, it's a fat bill. It's going to cost you a whole lot. It's going to do damage to parts of your reputation. And your kids are going to grow up and want to understand why you were so trifling, nigga. All right? And even down to Nick Cannon telling you, dude, some of his kids he got with Mariah Carey. She said, nigga, my brother name is so-and-so. In other words, I don't know all these miscellaneous kids, dude. I'm not claiming them. All right? My father can do whatever he want to. All right? Yeah, having funky-ass babies out of wedlock. That don't mean that they my siblings. All right? My sibling is so-and-so. All right? And she said it right. All right? What Anthony Edwards is doing is trifling. What Zion Williamson is doing is trifling, nigga. You're trifling. All right? None of it's cool. Some of y'all think this shit is all right. My baby mama. You're raggedy, man. All right? Trust me, dude. For some of y'all folks that's older now, y'all kids are older. They might be 13, all right, 15 years old, damn near grown. You sit back and man, I wish I took this shit another route, man. I don't regret my children, all right? But I've heard my friends say this, but I wish I took a different route. All right? No, you see yourself shining, you're being given so much. Everything is rushing you so goddamn quick. You can't go ahead to take a breath. And that's the time where you need to take the breath the largest, dude. This is when you really need to lock in and breathe. All right? Yes, because everybody's trying to plant themselves in your presence for the long haul. They see the superstar that you are. They see the potentials of greatness and where you're going, and they want to make sure that they ain't left behind. So if I got at least a kid attached to your funky ass, you're going to have to deal with me, baby. All right? You're going to have to come see me. All right? No, they say your baby mother out there again. All right? That's what it equivalates to here, dude. And yeah, all right? Yeah, let this be a lesson to y'all. All right? No, just because they told you it's over, you ain't going to have to pay another dime. And, all right? No, man. She's going to continue to be in them courts, dude, because you are her financial life, dude. All right, for the next 18 years or so. All right, 17 years or so. All right, you are that, nigga. All right. And in her case, maybe the person financially, as far as men, that she's dealt with on the largest standard, larger than anybody else that she's known here financially. That's a big deal. Mm-hmm. So she's going to keep going ahead to holler at her children's father. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hopefully this is a brief lesson to everyone here. Speaking of lessons, all right, a woman regrets divorcing her husband. We have to hear this story for the 1,100th time here again. All right, let's hear her story why here. This grown woman, fair use.
So I'm ordering old fashions, dirty martinis, and these bars. Then we're going out to steak dinners with my coworkers, and we're ordering expensive bottles of wine. And I'm showing up at home wasted. And I start resenting my husband because he's just like any normal husband probably would do. Like, what are you doing coming home on a Tuesday night at 10:30?
Wasted, drunk, dude, wasted. And what her husband was doing at the time was being an adult, man. All right, and talking to her like an adult. You have a job, we got careers. All right, our income goes ahead to take care of these bills and everything else that we have, and that requires you having a clear mind. You can't just be turning up on random nights. All right, possibly waking up late, running to work. You can't develop habits like that. All right, this is how people end up unemployed. All right, no, as the man, he's trying to take charge. Your husband of the bullshit in the house. Hey, grown person, act like an adult. All right, hold on one second.
Drunk out of your mind. Like, where were you? And so I realized then that I couldn't be married anymore. I was like, this is not going to work out for me because, and again, I'm spinning the truth. I'm telling my family, he's so controlling. I got to get out of this relationship. I mean, he's insecure. I'm just saying whatever I need to make my family be like, I mean, that doesn't sound anything like him, but like, I guess, yeah, if you're unhappy, go for it. Not go for it. Obviously my family wasn't like, yeah, get divorced. But I mean, they were like, if it's going to make you happy, like, I guess you have to do what's going to make you happy.
And they don't know the real reason why. Yeah.
My mom will still say to this day, she watches my TikToks and she's like, I didn't know that you were hiding all this drinking from your ex had like my ex. And I was like, yeah, I know you didn't, because I did whatever I could to make you not know. And my ex-husband would not tell my parents because he knew that would just piss me off.
Yeah.
So he protected me in a sense, which beginning of December. And I get home and I'm like, I'm moving out. And he's just like, what? And I'm like, yep, I don't want to be married anymore. I want freedom. I feel like you're controlling me. You are always wondering where I am. Just like, yeah, of course he is. But I couldn't, it didn't make sense to me. And I'm experiencing this life of going out and not being tied down to anyone. And I'm like, this is what I missed all throughout my 20s, because I was in a serious relationship from the moment I got out of college to now, and I'm 30 years old. And so I just didn't, so again, I'm justified. I'm like, I just need a couple years of going out in New York, get it out of my system. I just need it out of my system. It's just all pent up, and I definitely don't have a problem. It's just me needing to live life a little bit. So I move out. That divorce was heartbreaking for him. And for me, but I didn't experience the heartbreak until after I got sober, because I drank through it all.
Yeah. Dumpster truck juice. And it probably came in the cases of DUIs and all of these other shits, man. All right. And losing serious shit. No, a lot of things don't come to the front here until you have lost so much important things in here, Hoss, you can't even afford to sit around and play no more. All right. No, alcohol will destroy you. Trust me. Look, I know here. All right. It will destroy some of the things that you have here in this world. It will destroy relationships. It will make shit messy, dude. All right. If you're an adult, you just drinking, making mistakes here, moving forward here, and not looking back to make sure you straighten up shit. All right. Yeah. You walk around here. You basically walk around spreading fire and damn gasoline and fire, dude. All right. Yeah. You don't look back here at any of those great things in here, Hoss, until they gone. All right. And that's the story of any fool. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. Hold on. Fair use.
Can I fucking help you? No, get the fuck off my. No, you're not. What is this shit?
You can't help me. You can help me move your wife's
shit
shit
out of my goddamn house. Are you fucking joking? No, yeah, you joke. I'm not taking my wife back. That's your fucking problem.
No, it's not.
After you met her all this little Bumble shit, and you guys met on that little dating apps and shit.
I'm moving her back.
No. We're getting divorced. This is bullshit.
Crazy.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. She's crazy. You got her now. This is all you, pal.
I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Yes, you are.
Move this. Still married.
Move this shit back into your fucking house.
Yeah, because he thought he was getting a deal. No, that's what you get sleeping with another man's wife. All right? No, you should feel uncomfortable about these circumstances anyway on how you didn't got it. He's all happy. I finally got the love of my life. All right? No, and within less than a week, she's crazy as cat shit. He's bringing bags back to the damn husband. Oh, hell no, nigga. You done took the packaging off of my cupboard, nigga. That's yours. All right? No, you've been drinking out of my yak, nigga. You take the whole bottle. All right? That's yours. All right? No, you don't go hand some shit back after you done. Nah, nigga. All right? That's like a nigga trying to hand you a pair of used drawers, nigga. All right? A used white beater. All right? No, nigga. What are you doing? All right? Yeah, that shit is no good. All right? Now, that's my perspective. All right? No, once a woman do some shit like that, there, all right? Hell no, you got to keep that. All right? He's trying to finalize his paperwork.
Off my. No, you're not. What is this shit?
You can't help me. You can help me move your wife's
shit out of my goddamn house. Are you fucking joking? No, yeah, you joke. I'm not taking my wife back. That's your fucking problem.
No, it's not.
After you met her all this little Bumble shit, and you guys met on that little dating apps and shit.
I'm moving her back.
No. We're getting divorced. This is bullshit.
Crazy.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. She's crazy. You got her now. This is all you, pal.
I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Yes, you are.
Move this. Still married.
Move this shit back into your fucking house. Don't throw that shit at me.
This is staying here.
No, it's not.
Well, she's not coming back.
Well,
to
she's
mine.
not coming back. She's not.
I'm doing her a favor.
She's fucking crazy, dude. She's not leaving you either. So you're gonna have to fucking.
Let me throw this in your house real quick.
Don't you
Look, I'm not trying to have any problems here.
We're about to have some problems right now. If you're gonna think you're gonna fucking put this shit in my fucking house, you're joking right now. If you think so.
That's your fucking wife. I'm not dealing with your fucking wife's fucking problems.
Are you fucking?
Hey, this is y'all community, man. Yeah, it's real. This is real trashy, man. All right. Yeah, y'all in here like mental health physicians here. All right. Trying to see who's going to take care of the crazy woman throwing her clothes around in a duffel bag. All right. 2, 3 duffel bags. All right. Yeah, this is how bad it's got in the streets. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Crazy women got some of the best. That's true. All right. That's actually true. All right. That's factually true. Mm-hmm. That's wise. I mean, you look at some niggas like, man, what the hell wrong with this guy, man? Why don't you just leave her alone? You don't understand. You don't get it. All right. All right.
Can I fucking help you? No, get the fuck up.
That person's parents or best friends or siblings and try to talk that man down. They understand they can't do for them what she's in there, doing in that damn room to him. All right? Right. That's why anybody will deal with some outrageous nonsense. That's why you will put up with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I know she be tripping sometimes, man. You know, we just trying to kind of work things out. All right? Right. That's always the reason why, man. Mm-hmm. Looking at a nigga, man, and a woman and put 3-4 holes in the wall. All right. No, whooping your ass. All right, the whole 9. Broke the table and shit in there. All right. And you niggas just sitting up in there. God damn it. All right. What do you say? Baby formula all over the floor and shit. All right. No, and the goofy ass nigga just sitting in there smiling, cheesing and shit. Yeah, she crazy, yo. She crazy. Mm-hmm. That's the society we living in today, nigga. And he ain't going nowhere. All right. All right. Memphis mother, all right, bond has been set at $100,000, but she shot and killed a 20-year-old man found hiding underneath. Man, that's crazy, dude. This is a violation. All right. I thought, you see, when you're black, there's always some bullshit involved. All right. When somebody breaks in your house, dude, I thought that was a free kill. All right. No, it's just bullshit. You think if this is you. I think the person was 13, whatever. Ain't nobody cared, nigga. You in my crib, yo. I don't know what you might do. All right. I'm going to put you down to make sure that you don't do nothing. Because your ass ain't supposed to be in my house. Your age and all this other shit is irrelevant, nigga. All right? No, you gotta go tell a coroner and the person who's supposed to make the tombstone and all, tell them that. All right? Yeah. You broke in my shit. That's supposed to be a free kill. You underneath the bed and shit? What you trying to do? All right, go on.
In the case of a Memphis mother accused of shooting and killing a man she says she found hiding under her daughter's bed. In court,
yeah, in Memphis, dude. In Memphis. All right, put this out, please. This is in Memphis. Hold on.
This morning, Kendra Scott, who is charged with first-degree murder, had her bond set at $100,000 and was also ordered not to have contact with the victim's family. Memphis police say when they initially arrived to the scene last week, the victim, Rodarius Morton, was found dead near the home's porch after he had been shot in the back of the head. WREG's Shay Arthur is live tonight after speaking with a former teacher of Morton's and what she wants people to know about him. Shay?
Hey, Stephanie, yeah, she says this case could have been handled so many other ways, not ending with a 20-year-old man being killed.
Perkins says she's the former middle school teacher of Rodarius Morton, who Memphis police say was shot and killed early last Thursday morning in the Walker Homes neighborhood. She said Morton had learning disabilities.
He was special needs, and I was his special needs teacher.
All right, he got shot in the back of the head. I understand. All right, but she could have been nervous, anything, man. And because you got special needs, don't give you a right to break in my house, though. All right.
Described him as soft-spoken and respectful, shocked by his death.
That's unbelievable. Very, very hurt because the young man that I knew that most people don't know, based off of this story, they don't know him personally like I did.
In court paperwork, an underage girl told police Morton came to her house early Thursday morning through a back door. Her mother, Kendra Scott, then showed up banging on the door, yelling, "Who was at my house?" Scott says she went inside and found Morton hiding under the girl's bed. Police say as Morton was leaving the home unarmed, he was shot somewhere near the front porch. Detectives discovered he had a gunshot wound to the back of his head. The girl told police her mother has told her in the past if she discovered a boy in the home, he would be faced with violence. People look at this and they say, well, he should have been in that situation in the first place.
And I agree. I do agree. I do not condone his actions as going and mingling with a 13-year-old. However, when you're cognitively not 20, what do you expect? And then I found out last night that from his sister, no one knew that he was gone away from the house.
Perkins believes Morton thought the girl was older and didn't understand the law.
I just wish she wouldn't have never shot him. That's it. There were so.
Well, how do I protect my daughter? If you're a young lady out here, how do you do that? All right. There is no man I'm looking at possibly to sit back here to say or else. All right. Or to beat your ass real quick. All right. Any state where she could possibly kick his ass real quick and still be holding a gun. All right. She's thinking about the worst thing that could possibly happen there to a daughter here. And in those cases, in the heat of that, being angry, a person broke up in your house. Yeah, anything's liable to happen there to your life. It's a risk when you enter in spaces where you know you ain't got no business. And even if he felt whatever about the girl and she was around his age, what did you plan on doing? Sexually assaulting this young lady? All right. Right. That's what I'm putting in place. All right. Yeah, whatever you think you want to go ahead to sit here and say, it's not anything on the levels where I'm sitting here that's cool in the cases of ultimate protection for this little girl, because how'd you get in there in the first place? And who's to say that's the first time you've been in there?
So many opportunities for her to stop and think. So many different ways that this could have had a different outcome. So many different ways. Call the police. If you got a gun, hold them there to gunpoint till the police gets there.
Yeah, and Stephanie, Scott is due back here in court next month. For your news leader, we're live downtown.
Only when you're black, you cannot protect your home. You can't protect your kids. You can't do a damn thing, man. No, man. Every time you look to see a black person go ahead to protect themselves or protect their home, their children, the first thing they're doing is trying to put charges on us, dude. All right? And this is non-justice. It is. All right? Because you can't control these circumstances if somebody's going to try to run in and ransack your shit, dude. All right? Yeah. You can have something waiting for them, though, dude. All right? I mean, anytime you tell me you black, you got to sit here and weigh in the pros and cons of what your intentions might have been. All right? All this shit. All right? Where you go ahead and got all these damn rights here. All right? No, you broke in my shit. All right? And before I smoke you, all right, I have to honor all the extra these funky ass imaginary rights now. All right. Yeah. So you don't end up damn getting charged with first-degree murder. This is not the Department of Justice doing its job. It's criminalizing this damn young black lady here. All right. And it's reminding us globally here once again, you don't have any protections, dude. You ain't got none. All right. Not when you can go ahead to get those type of results from a situation like that. Nobody can explain that to you. All right. Not at all. Hold on. Yeah, I can't. I can barely hear anything. I can't even hear it. All right, hold on here. Only women attack women and children. That they gang on men. You need an army to top a black man. All right, we know that. I don't need to hear that from somebody else in there. Shout out to Kodak Black. Yeah, I'm checking out a few extra things in here. All right, but I want to show y'all something before I go and close on this here too. All right, because I am a nerd when it comes to like Avengers and certain stuff like that. All right. No, I love the series, man. All that extra stuff, man. I've taken the time and invested to sit back like the rest of the damn nigga nerds and watch some of this shit. All right. So it's cool to me. Some of us didn't grew up on this. So I do want to go ahead to the end as I end this here. All right. To see the case that they're going to bring Steve Rogers back. All right. Yeah, they're going to bring him back. And they brought in that other Joker here to play Gambit, man. All right, they switched up that character to play Gambit. All right, but the bigger thing is due to that connection that they had of, I guess, for Fox or whoever they got, all right, in bed with here, all right, as far as for these folks here, all right, now they got this connection of X-Men and the X-Men, the damn event, the connect with the Fantastic Four, and all the damn adventures. They ended up connecting everybody, dude, which is crazy. All right. But what they put more here in the cases of is showing that they're going to need every damn superhero possible, everyone that they got to be able to stop Dr. Doom. All right. That's how good this brother is. All right. So it's supposed to be some super villain. And the reason that Fantastic Four does connect here, which y'all do understand, is that the last movie that they showed, they were going against Dr. Doom, Dr. Doom's character. All right. Yeah. So it looks like that character is going to return, but in a different type of form. All right. Give me 1 second.
Something's coming.
And they go ahead to give you Professor X starting off, but you know, for him, mentally, he can see things in the flash and stuff here. You see that wheelchair, he's sitting there at the school. All right.
Something's coming.
And I like how they use some of the original X-Men.
Something we may not be able to deter.
Even that the older Magneto that they had through all of these series of the X-Men, they got the same one.
Before this day is done,
they're at least trying to be.
we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
All right, and as you guys don't know, Robert Downey Jr., aka Iron Man, is playing the villain, Dr. Doom.
I've fought with many warriors in my time.
Yep, got your boy in here. All right. Yeah, that played in The Last of Us, who also played in Game of Thrones. All right. As the Red Viper. That's what his name was. All right. Yeah, he ended up getting beat by the Mountain in the trial by combat.
You're far stronger.
All right. You guys see the original characters that they got in here, even down. It's like Gambit, they got in there now. All right. You know, they got the little Thunderdome guys they got there. All right, Fantastic Four, and then you got the Avengers. So they got three different groups of superheroes that they have here in front of you. All right, so far, where it looks like that. All right, we're gonna have 2 Captain Americas, because if, of course, we're still gonna have a black Captain America. All right, then you know that Steve Rogers is coming back here too. We got Ant-Man here on the screen. You got Thor. All right.
Then all of us put together, and they died.
Yeah, and there's that bigger thing here too. He's also going to be fighting alongside our dude there from the water there that they showed you here. All right, on that Wakanda Forever. All right, which you guys know the leader there of that tribe there now is the folks that come from the ice.
They died facing
him. My brother here. All right, so they're bringing back all the damn original characters in here. All right. No, and its concept is great for the cases of memory. You have taught and brought a certain generation up with seeing these faces since that first damn, Wakanda movie here. Oh, goddamn it, whatever that shit, Black Panther. All right, which sold a lot here. All right, so people are very familiar with the Black Panther sense of everything that they got over there. All right, and they're mixing these characters back once again. All right. Mm-hmm.
And threats.
As well as the villain that they face from the people that come from underneath the water, which they got significant power that they use from the neuranium. All right. Yeah, which they look like they got some whole different shit that's underneath that damn earth there.
That scared me far less.
That's in the water.
Than this one.
All right, Cyclops, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, that X-Men connection. So they showed y'all 3 different groups of superheroes, and none of them were them. All right. Yep, that's Gambit, as you see in there going again. To looks like he's going to fight against some of Doctor Strange people.
Everything that they sacrificed will be.
All right, Loki on the card. They went to grab everybody.
If we do not stand together.
Mm-hmm. All right. No, the Winter Soldier is there.
Put aside your petty squabbles.
Yep, and they brought her back here.
Presume nothing.
Yep, I told you they went to go get the old Magneto, his hair all long and shit. All right. Now he got long hair. All right. Even if they had the X-Men Last Stand, this is the same Magneto they used. I like when they had the other X-Men, Days of Future Past, they used the same Magneto. Yeah, keep recycling these guys, because these are the familiar faces, even down to the Wolverine character that we're used to seeing.
Except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words.
Damn.
We're going to need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible.
Yeah, and they ain't giving us this until December the 18th, dude. All right, on the 26th, which is the day after Christmas. You ain't getting it until then. All right, and I'm gonna go see that shit on whatever 3D Max and all that. The seats rumbling. All right, yeah, I want to be right there. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Hopefully, go nigga. Hopefully, if I can catch a matinee, nigga. All right. Yeah, I want to be in something where I ain't got to worry about it. It's a chick, goddamn it. All right. No, too many jokers leaning over top of you, but it's gonna be one of them joints that's gonna be sold out anywhere. It will. All right. Yes, indeed. You got to get there early, man. Yeah. You have to buy your tickets early. And the way they got it set up here now for a lot of these movie theaters, you go ahead and pay for your tickets, and then you pick exactly where you want to sit at. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool, man. I like that shit. All right, redesign some of the seats where you can lean back and shit. Mm-hmm. The concession stand still high as hell. All right. I say I go in there to the movie. I'm gonna take me a young lady with me with a big ass purse. All right. Yes, with a big purse. Got to get them chicken wings in there. Put them wings in there. All right. Yeah. Make sure you got enough space. All right. Right. Empty that damn purse out. All right. Got some couple sodas in there. All right. You got your little snacks, your little fruit snack, whatever you got in there. All right. Same shit from the concession stand, baby. You just got to have the woman that's thorough, nigga. She's thorough. And she knows what to do. All right. She ain't even asking a whole lot of questions. All right. Yes. Got your chicken wrapped up good. All right. Might got you a couple weed gummies, whatever you got in there. All right. But you're chilling. All right. Yeah. Go and enjoy the movie. All right. Yeah. Get a woman with a big purse, nigga. All right. Yes. Shit. She gonna get you right. All right. You got your sub in there. You got a couple wings. All right. Nah, you good. All right. I ain't paying for the high ass concession stand, dude. No. All right. You might can get a popcorn. I get you a popcorn. You know what I mean? All right. Hopefully they got automatic refill. Goddamn it. All right. Some of these motherfuckers just trifling all the way around. All right. Yeah, there's nothing more filthy than the damn concession stand at the movie theater, man. And it's just the prices are just ridiculous, man. For what? All right, you trying to embarrass me, man? Huh? What you trying to embarrass me, dude? All right. Now that popcorn will be $1,000, nigga. All right. Goddamn concession stand is made to be higher than the tickets here. Mm-hmm. Go in there and get a little piece of chicken, some chicken tenders and something. Nigga. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. Mm-hmm. Get some candy or something out of there. All right. Go to the dollar store before you get in there. All right. If you gotta go rack up. All right. Now let me go over here to this story I just seen here. All right. I was talking about a gunman opens fire in Nevada. All right. I'll check this out before I leave, man. Yeah, man. I need a woman with a large purse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, put that chicken in there. All right. Right. When they stop past goddamn it, Buffalo Wild Wings. Huh? Down Run the Mills. Stop past Buffalo Wild Wings. All right. Get a couple of them set to the 5 wings, little small joints. All right. Yeah. You know the deal. Mm-hmm. No, we're going to eat some here. We're going to have a meal. We want you going to eat from here. We're going to get our grub. This is what we taking in. All right. Yeah, we need some extra just in case a nigga might get hungry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep you some extras. Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second. All right, hold on. Fair use.
Tonight, a gunman opening fire, unleashing multiple rounds in this North Las Vegas neighborhood, randomly firing as he appears to roam the streets. Doorbell cameras capture the shirtless man with what police say is an AR-15. Look as he walks down the street Sunday pointing his gun, even knocking at a front door. He crouches down on this porch to take aim. Ryan Adams films the shooting from a window before the gunman starts firing in his direction.
What the? Oh. Get out.
Adams warns his family to take cover.
We were armed and just sitting tight, hoping that he didn't come in. And fortunately for us, that he didn't. Couple on the
Later showing our Las Vegas station KSNV where several bullets pierced his home.
We just found a bullet fragment right here on the side, and then it actually buried in the wall.
Police arrived with guns drawn. The suspect on the ground before taking off running. Police say the suspect resisted their attempt to take him into custody, and once apprehended, he became unresponsive, adding they believe he was impaired. The gunman was later declared dead at a hospital. A chilling end, sending terror through this quiet neighborhood. Dana Griffin, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that. We don't even know what he was turned up on. So he just went off randomly firing in the Nevada streets. He put the gun down. He ran when the police came. You shooting up people's houses just random. And then when y'all grabbed him up and detained him, he just randomly died at the damn hospital. Y'all sure y'all ain't do nothing to him? Right. Bottom line, man, in a minute. That shit don't sound right, man. All right.